Hi, this is a review of the Bonobo experience. The date is the 13th of August 2019. What I did. So I listened to a podcast called Under the Skin with Russell Brand and GABOR, I think it is. And that's really inspired me. They're talking about artificial needs that society puts on us, so that we don't really address our own needs, our real authentic needs. And what this podcast has also done, it's enlightened me into how we can best communicate with people that may want to do the Bonobo experience. I had a phone call with Richie not the other week, and we talked about Bonobo experience running a small workshop that can go to various organisations and perhaps businesses, and we wanted to work out how to best deliver that workshop in a way that it would really resonate with the people that were interested or invited us along. So that podcast has really started to get me thinking about how to best communicate with those people who I spoke to. I spoke to SERGI, who is the Men in Touch coordinator. This is an organisation that is based primarily in London, and they run workshops for gay and bisexual men. We previously ran a Bonobo workshop there, and we're really excited to be running another one. So that's going to be happening in November. And we could perhaps begin to pilot how we communicate with that specific group of people, because the Bonobo experience works with gay and bisexual men, trans people, and the predominantly heterosexual community. So in this instance, it's going to be interesting talking to what predominantly gay and bi male professionals. So it would be good to work out how we're going to start communicating to them for the purposes of retreats. I spoke to Manon. She's going to get to Queer Spirit, which is happening tomorrow. She is running a child's workshop. Now, we've been recommended that at Queer Spirit we do a monkey workshop. So we're not aligning the Bonobo experience with the children's group at Queer Spirit for obvious reasons. The Bonobo experience is for adults, and we don't want to be seen, or we don't want it to be perceived that perhaps we are working with young children and also running sexuality workshops. So we've made it very clear that we're severing any connection between the Bonobo experience and that workshop. What did I think about? I thought about my burning out, my lack of direction over this summer. I'm not having frequent check-ins with my learning disability tutor, and obviously I'm distanced from my peers and from the university, so I'm feeling a little bit unstable as far as having any sort of direction. But I'm going to hopefully speak to Elizabeth, and we can sort of get me on track a little bit with that. Were there any breakthroughs? Again, this thing with the Russell Brand podcast, people need to see their authentic needs over their artificial needs. That's really quite interesting and fundamental to what the Bonobo experience is trying to do, which is to offer a space for people to assess what they've lost as a culture and as an individual, and whether they're interested in reintegrating into a sort of a life that is less isolated and lonely. The challenges for the week. Work's been demanding, so I've been working 9 to 5 on a job that I really don't like. It's bad for the environment. The culture and the materials that we're working with are very toxic, so I have stepped away from that because it was not doing me any good psychologically. The uncertainties of this week. My energy for the MA is going a bit at the moment. Hopefully that'll be reignited when I do the work. When I'm in a workshop and I see the results of what's happening, then I'm reignited. When I'm too distant from it, it's easy for me to kind of forget and lose interest. What do I implement for next week? Do workshops at Queer Spirit and talk with the team about the 45-minute workshop promotion thing that could do it all sorts. Terence Singer's Trust. I want to speak to James at G-Scene, which is a magazine in Brighton, and we can talk about how we can maybe publicise it there. Also, again, do it at the Marlborough. And I'm just excited to be going back to Brighton and living there, and I think being in Brighton I will be able to work more effectively on the Bonobo experience and hopefully be able to, as I said before, start to work with specific social groups that may be interested in this. So that's it for now. Thank you.